double coffee mugs. Because last
All right.
years they bought me the
I'm
service cups. I really
Streaming to Twitch and YouTube.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but I'm ready.
I don't even know.
You was not Doyle?
No, he thinks he fell asleep in his
I think he
car.
fell asleep.
We got a message back.
From Anna, not from Doyle.
Oh. What'd she say?
She said she thought she messaged you, but something's wrong with the car. No, because of the snow, and then her truck won't make it. So I asked if maybe we could Skype her or something a little later.
Oh, it's okay.
I sent Doyle a message. I don't know what.
Go put on shoes and see if that's Doyle or not.
Please,
Thanks,
let's
Ash.
just start.
Yo, I know.
Let's just start.
We're already started.
Oh shit.
Because we're
Hey
streaming.
bitches.
Hi, YouTube and Twitch.
Intro. Do you even know what episode?
I
we're
don't.
on?
I have no idea what episode we're
I
on.
think we're on 159. 59, dude. Yeah, 159.
From
Hold
Gabe's
on,
kitchen
hold on.
table.
Hasn't started yet.
From Gabe's kitchen table, I'm pretty sure we're on episode 159 of Thinking Outside the Long Box with Juan and Gabe.
Fuck Doyle and Tim.
But
But
me doing my thing.
alright.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 159 of Thinking Outside the Long Box. I'm Gabe.
Come on.
And today we're by our lonesome.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
don't know where the fuck everybody else
it's like the very
is.
beginning. Well, I know where
I
Tim's
like it.
at. Tim is taking
Jacking
care of
off in the
business.
corner?
No, he's taking care
I
of stuff
feel
at
like
home.
he's Jack. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Well, I know, but like, I feel like he's not by himself.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lady.
So?
In theory. No.
She never comes. I don't know.
Oh. Bwah, bwah, bwah.
That's not what I meant. I don't know if she ever does that.
We've seen her
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah, but he might like pay that girl to come to cons and stuff. Because I never see her out in the wild. Like I've never seen her at an event that's not Comic-Con related that he's attended.
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna stop the stream for a second because right now it says we're eating Korean snacks.
Oh, that's not good.
Stream, be right back.
But we're talking.
Yeah, I fall asleep in warm cars all the time. Why don't you take this seat so you're on camera too?
Well, we've started recording, Doyle.
Right now we're
my
talking
initial-
about Kevin Smith and our initial.
I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
So
I'm sure I will enjoy it.
So here's what I love about it is it shows a level of maturity that I think Kevin Smith was trying to go for in Jersey Girl, but also a level of success was actually achieved in this movie that was not achieved in Jersey Girl.
Right.
Where he's trying to tell like a kind of serious like story about what it's like and what it means to be a parent, and he managed to actually accomplish that this time instead of kind of flopping like he did with Jersey Girl. So
Yeah, I mean the touching moments, and he said it himself before the movie started. That was not his intention. He was not really meaning to make you cry or have those. They just ended up being in the movie. Like it just
Yeah.
ended up being a part of the experience.
and it was cool. Like it,
it
ended
was
up being
tough
really
sometimes. Yeah.
cool. I don't even think it was tough. Like I notoriously cry at movies
That's
like
true.
a giant bitch. And I felt myself tear up, but I did not straight cry. Like I thought I would. Yes, because I was busy crying at trolls. But I fucking loved it. Like
Yeah.
everything about it was just fantastic.
It was funny.
Are you
sad.
uploading a YouTube video
I
right
am,
now?
yeah.
That is why I can't get a good connection on the stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It keeps dropping to red. I'm like, why is it dropping out? You're killing my internet right now.
I don't know how to pause this. I don't know if I can pause it.
Tripod.
The cat ate the
Well, he
tripod.
was
The
jumping.
dog's about to knock it
He
over.
just
Yeah.
knocked it.
I'll leave it.
Yeah.
I'll upload it later.
Sorry.
I was trying to upload Andy Mangles. Andy Mangles, you.
Ooh. Bet he'd like to. Yowza.
Heyo.
Manglies.
He's awesome. I love that guy.
What do you think about the movie that you haven't seen yet? What are your thoughts about seeing
What
it?
are you most anticipating
Yes.
from it?
Just
Doyle.
a return to that universe is always fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's great about it is
I've literally paid no attention to what it's about, so I have no idea.
I don't think we, aside from knowing that Jay had a daughter and that it was kind of a reboot of them trying to stop a movie, like I mean, I guess that's the whole plot, but there wasn't
That
really
is the whole plot.
But I mean, there wasn't really any really other big details.
And I didn't
you know
know
what I mean?
that it revolved around Jason having a daughter till we were in the movie theater.
Oh,
Like when Smitty was talking about it. Because, of course, Smitty has been to every showing from California to New Mexico to Utah to here. And probably several in
to
New
the
Jersey
New
as well.
York Islands.
This land is Smitty's
or
land.
Kevin Smith?
No,
No,
Smitty.
Okay.
So,
Why is it going so many?
because
He loves
he
doing
loves
it,
it.
yeah.
Like,
He's got an in with the crew.
and he's like,
So
he's
he's-
become like pretty close friends with
Yeah.
like Brian and his wife and stuff. So it's really fun.
Yeah, he went out to the Clerks 3 reading.
Yeah.
So they
Which is the only reading that got done, or
Yeah.
like two of them got
No,
done.
it was two because he was doing it to save a theater that was out there.
Yeah.
So all of the money for the tickets that they sold went to the theater that I guess was it wasn't trying, but it was about to close its doors.
So they-
to go out of business.
Yeah.
So they did a cast reading of Clerks 3,
Right.
which will be the only reading of it, like, and probably the only production of it ever.
But there is a Clerks 3
I wonder
now
why he
that's
doesn't
going to
just
happen.
make it.
There, it is now.
It is.
It's just not. So he went on record to say that he's changing it. I guess the Clerks 3 script that they had, like Randall and Dante had kind of a weird, different storyline that's I guess was a little bit more dark. And so now he's rewriting the script after the heart attack and the falling out of Clerks 3 and all that
Right.
stuff to
'Cause
make it.
well, that's in Clerks 1, so it is in Clerks 1.
That's why that's on there.
To make it a little
Revisited
bit
in Clerks 3.
more lighthearted and kind of back to what Clerks
Yeah.
1 and 2 were.
Basically, Dante's gonna fuck Randall. Randall's corpse.
Supposedly he's making the Mallrats thing too.
Yeah,
like
the
he's
Mallrats
making that
sequel.
happen.
So here's what's great about Reboot is that I watched Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back like a day or two after we watched Reboot with the kids, and it mirrors it shot for shot. Like every single thing in it is exactly the same as the previous film,
Right.
and it's fucking hilarious when you watch them back to back like that. Just even the scene where they're in the movies and like the first time he sees Justice walk into the movies,
Right.
he's like doing the same thing with his on his finger. He's like humping the counter and stuff.
It's funny the whole way through.
I
Pretty much
laughed
the
my
whole
ass
way through.
off.
It's really funny.
The worst part about the movie was the drunk chick in the front row
Oh,
that
man.
could not shut her fucking mouth. Like to the point where the audience
comes with a Kevin Smith movie. I
Bro,
think.
the audience was getting hostile, dude. like
I don't. It's different because it was not because it was. It really wasn't actually that small. It was pretty decent size for what I thought the
It was a
Lyric
packed
Cafe
theater,
would be.
yeah. It was
And-
probably a good 300 people.
But I think because Kevin was there, people were a lot more animated than I've ever seen in a theater before.
Yeah.
And so, like, everything that came on screen, people were clapping and they were like, yeah, woo, I love whatever, you know.
Right.
When Q came on screen, I heard TESD and tell him, you know, I heard a bunch
Oh,
of
well,
shit going
when
through the...
somebody said, tell him Steve Dave,
Right.
like in the movie, somebody yelled it back at the screen, like,
So it was a little bit more animated than normal, which I think gave this fucking girl
Crazy
like braveness to just do and say whatever the fuck she wanted. Because after the movie, so Kevin introed the movie, and then it was the movie, and then they came out and did a quick Q&A. And
Kevin
so
did a Q&A.
yeah, I think Jay said like 5 things.
Yeah.
But the drunk girl, I'm guessing she was VIP because she was right up on front, and the stage to the Lyric is like
It's a
right
movie theater
there.
stage.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
right
like
there.
right there. So she like snuck around the side, and there's a pillar, and you couldn't see her, but she was like whispering to Jay, and Jay's like,
What the
"What the
fuck?
fuck are you doing?" Yeah. So he went. She said something to him, and then he came back on stage, and she wrapped back around, bro, and she fucking tripped over something and fucking biffed it all the way down, and like hit the table and shit. It was so funny.
Like during the movie, she goes, oh my god, I'm loving this movie. And somebody goes, we all love it too. Why don't you shut the fuck up? It was
Oh man, it was
amazing.
so funny.
Oh, it made me laugh.
Don't die.
Too late. I'm already dead inside.
Oh wow!
Right.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, though. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
I'm so sad.
I think it's showing on like one or two theaters still in different places.
And it should be on demand really soon.
It, I think it is after the whole tour ends.
Right.
I'll
So
purchase it via something eventually.
it's definitely now I have to move that. So you
Just
need
move
to
back to where it
there we go.
Am I here?
Right there.
Right here?
Yep, right there.
We're all in it.
Is it right here?
Oh wow.
Why
Yeah.
did you get louder? The microphone's over here.
She always gets louder. There's always a louder.
It's been a slow progression from bad.
It started with ah.
Is it right here?
Oh wow, that looks crazy creepy. Just so you know.
Wait, like this?
I hope somebody's watching that in the stream.
I do too.
I don't have those stats right now.
Keep talking.
I
So
don't even know what you were saying.
I don't either anymore.
I'm gonna buy it or something.
You said
Oh,
you're dead
yeah.
inside.
It is worth buying, and it is definitely a great addition to the View Askew averse. Is that what we call that?
Yes.
View Askew averse?
No, VSQ universe.
View Askew universe.
There you go.
You're lovely.
So dumb.
That's just what it's called, bro.
The View Askew animation at the
Universe.
beginning was fucking hilarious. It has the weird clown thing that's at the beginning of all of them, but they're being chased by the Clerks animation version of all the Clerks characters. It's pretty funny.
I
There's
won't
about
spoil
a million
the
fucking cameos.
Yeah.
I
There's
assume,
a few good ones.
Basically from beginning to end is cameos. And every time someone even partially famous came on screen, the crowd blew up, which was hilarious.
Is fuck, totally lost it. Ben Affleck in the movie?
Yes, actually, he gives a really
Emotional
in,
speech, bro.
in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He gives this really long speech.
Yeah.
He gives this really cool monologue that's cool, but not really about much except for the movie that's taking place. In this one, he gives this speech about chasing Amy and being a parent and all this other stuff, and it's fucking pretty amazing. You're like, oh yeah, Ben Affleck's a good actor. I forgot.
Yeah. It was one of the moments where you're like,
Oh,
man,
damn.
fuck, hit me in the feels.
And the whole time, Jason Mewes' actual daughter is playing on the floor,
Yeah.
just hanging out, in the shot, and you're just like, damn, that's a lot of emotion for for a Kevin Smith movie.
It was good. I enjoyed the fuck out of the movie. I think
He
I
did
will
Affleck the hell out of
enjoy
it.
any movie he does. I don't care what it is.
I
I don't
do.
know why.
I-
don't know
there's
why.
not
Just
a
name
movie-
me.
What movie of his don't you like?
It's not that I don't like, but I just don't.
But I know
And as much as I love Kevin Smith, I think he still possibly can make a shitty movie.
Oh, I'm sure he can.
Like Tusk
But
is
I'll like it.
incredible.
I love Tusk.
I like the first movie that is Tusk, and then in the middle of
Whoa.
it turns into a different movie that is Tusk.
I know.
I don't like that one as much.
I love body
And-
horror movies, and I fucking loved
Yeah, but
How,
you have to
like-
admit that movie is just not,
two movies stitched
Yeah,
together,
it's weird.
like a person into the body of
It
a
is
walrus.
definitely weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's
It's
what-
weird that they didn't try and fix him. They just put him in a dog cage at the end
Yeah.
to show off to people.
What's funny about
And Red State could have been way better. I think.
Red
Even
State
though I
could've-
loved the acting,
Red
like,
State could have been a lot better, but I still really dig the movie.
Me too.
Michael Parks is fucking a
Well, see-
phenomenal actor.
and John Goodman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John
See,
Goodman.
I think Michael Parks and John Goodman saved that movie.
Absolutely.
I think it's because he didn't have he went out. That was his first movie he did with only his money.
It's also the first movie he really did that was something totally different
Yeah.
besides
Because that was the one
Cop Out.
he went to Sundance.
Cop
and
Out actually is pretty close to a movie I don't like. I
Yeah.
didn't really enjoy Cop Out.
I don't think anybody enjoys Cop Out. They
You-
make several jokes about it.
There's some funny parts in Cop Out, but it's not good.
Sorry. He started
you're fine.
typing and then my brain checked out.
It was the Red
I'm
State
trying to
was
see
the
what
movie
he
he
typed.
went. He had pushed we're gonna go to
What is that?
Skype. We're gonna to Skype. I'm talking to Anna about Skype. Sundance, and he was like, "We're gonna bid for it. We're gonna have a bid, and whoever gets the highest bid is gonna buy the rights to it." And then he showed the movie, and he tricked everybody at Sundance. And was like, "I'm just kidding. I don't want any of you guys to buy it. I'm gonna self-fund this movie." Everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
People were like, "That seems like a mistake."
Mistakes were made.
So,
What kind of watch you got on, Juan?
It's a Fitbit. Yeah, I've had it since last Christmas, I think.
it's a weird diversion.
I don't know.
So
I'm surprised
Devin
you've never seen it till now.
Devin
Yeah,
and
it's
Taylor have
okay.
those new Apple Watches, and they have walkie-talkies on them.
Oh God.
So like yesterday, Taylor was like trying to do a sale, and Devin's like, "Hey, blah 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 blah, over, blah blah blah, over." She's all, "Shut up! I'm talking to customers."
Surprised you can't turn that off.
I think you can, but I don't think they know how yet.
She didn't put it.
Oh look, our cat is making an appearance.
Ass.
Streaming fans, this is my cat Burrito.
So we discuss. Is this a new cat?
Yeah, it's one of the new ones.
Oh, one of the new ones.
So, other
Need a Benadryl at some
Other
point,
Kevin
or
Smith.
on the die.
all right. So, obviously, there's the outliers. There's Yoga Hosers, Tusk. There's
Red State.
Red State,
Cop
Cop
Out.
Out.
I
What
don't
other
think
movies?
Anything else is an outlier, though.
I don't think so. What movies of his? What would you say your favorite and least favorite of Kevin Smith's movies are? Minus the outliers, like just within this universe.
From favorite to least
Just,
favorite.
not the whole list, just the favorite and least favorite.
Okay, Dogma to Jay and Silent Bob.
Okay.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is your least favorite?
I mean, between Clerks 2, Dogma,
Chasing
and Jay and Silent
Amy.
Bob Strike Back.
It's Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma,
I
Jay and
forgot
Silent
about
Bob
Chasing
Strike
Amy.
Back, Clerks 2,
I'll put Chasing
reboot.
At the end.
I think mine is exactly the same. Dogma is the one movie that started my love for Kevin
I
Smith.
think it's his best movie.
It's fucking amazing to me. It is. I think it's his best movie for sure. And Chasing Amy, I think, is the one that I would say is the last one.
Clerks 2 is right behind Dogma for me. If you take out the nostalgia of Clerks 1, which kind of puts it there too.
Right.
But
So for me, my favorite is Mallrats still, but it's for
Mallrats
very
is
similar reasons.
It's tough because you have those like top 3 or 4 that are like right there.
They're all number one, basically. Like, for me, it's Mallrats because that was the first Kevin Smith movie I ever watched. And literally was watching it like, fuck, I hang out with these people. Like,
Right.
we could make a movie. And then I'm like, never mind. That seems like a lot of work. Just make podcasts when they are invented.
Yeah. I think Dogma was the first Kevin Smith movie I ever saw.
That's awesome.
I don't remember which was the first one I saw.
I think I could be wrong, but I think that was. the
It's
first
probably
one I saw.
Mallrats.
I think my least favorite in that universe, man, it's tough. Because I like what Chasing Amy's trying to do, but like I said, I just don't think it executes it very well.
It was very slow. for
It
me.
is very slow. And especially like having somebody like George Carlin on board to play like kind of a major part could have been a lot better, you know? So that's just me. I don't know. Like that.
So we
There-
all hate Chasing Amy.
I don't
see
know if I
hate's
hate
a
it.
really
Yeah,
strong
yeah.
word.
No,
Like,
I'm just saying it's our least favorite one.
I genuinely don't have a Kevin Smith movie that I don't like.
I don't either. I'm an apologist. He could
Me
serve
too.
me up a pile of shit, and I think I'm gonna
He
enjoy
did.
watching the melting
It
pile
was
of
Tusk. It was amazing. They sewed a dude named Justin Long into a fucking walrus, and it's ridiculous and wonderful. It's so gross and like stupid and
It's just one of the few movies I've watched, and I'm just like, what is that movie?
is it supposed to be funny? Is
Yeah.
it supposed to be grotesque? Like he has what all it does is prove to me that Kevin Smith has no idea how to make a scary movie. Like
Yeah.
he can only make really ridiculous funny stuff. And like Tusk, while it's gross, is just like absurd and funny in like a really
Yeah.
disgusting way. He was taking it He's taking his idea all seriously.
He also doesn't. I mean, this doesn't fight the fact that I love his movies and love his work. I don't think he really knows how to end a movie either. To be fully honest with you, Dogma has a concise ending, but even then, it's kind of eh. But all the other movies kind of just stop
Well,
and then are completely open to start again.
well, and I think that's the idea, is that he's making movies where you're like inhabiting the life of like people that you know. When our adventure in podcasting is over tonight, we
Yeah.
go on and do other shit. Like, it doesn't end. Like, stories don't really end. And leaving it open ended like that, I think, is what has allowed him to make movies the way he makes them. Is he can just keep like pulling these characters out of a hat and saying, all right, let's put them into another adventure. They're older, they're smarter, they've changed over time. Let's use the same actors. Let's not change how they look, except for drastic weight loss, which there's hilarious fucking jokes about in the movie.
I'm not saying that isn't true to a degree, but I mean, I've heard him talk about how he's ending the series with this movie.
And then
on
he
stage
doesn't.
multiple times.
Yeah, but he's not gonna. He's gonna keep making movies about him and his dumbass friends until the day he dies.
Like I said,
And
Clerks 3 is
knows it.
already happening.
And so
Yes.
is apparently Mallrats too.
So, but he made a comedy horror drama anthology. Kilroy was here. It was he was doing. I was watching it while he was doing it. I think it's with like a student film crew.
Oh yeah, the hamburger
him,
story.
Him and Andy McElfresh have already finished filming it and everything. It wrapped filming October of last year, 2018. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but I knew he was making another horror-ish movie. I didn't know it was a comedy horror, but he is.
Well, if it's
some
an
other thing is
anthology,
coming
it's
out.
probably just a bunch of shorts smashed together. So
Isn't he making like a hockey movie with a moose?
Moose Knuckles, Moose Jaws,
Moose Jaws,
Knuckles.
Moose Knuckles.
Where
Yeah.
the moose kills people?
That's supposed to be the third
third
story in
and
the
final.
Yoga Hosers in Tusk.
It's called the
How
Great
is Yoga Hosers in Tusk?
because they both
So
take
the-
place in Canada.
Well, and the
Yeah,
two
that's
the t-
about it.
No. The two girls that are in Yoga Hosers are in the store that they visit in Tusk. So they're the same two girls that are helping Justin Long.
It's called
No,
it's called the Great White North
that's the
Trilogy.
connection. And then and Andy,
I know, but that
and,
doesn't make them like a shared movie.
and Johnny
Well-
Depp is the same guy in both movies as well.
It's just like Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg's Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah.
The only connection is that they're eating Cornetto ice cream in all three movies.
And the girls are supposed to come back
Yeah.
for Moose Jaws too.
Moose Knuckles too.
Yeah, for Moose
Ew.
Knuckles. Big Moose Knuckles.
Big fat juicy Moose Knuckles.
Why are they juicy?
I don't know. I'm just taking it as far as I can to piss my wife off right now. Success. Oh man. So I think we all agree Kevin Smith, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
They can't hear you.
Tim, thumbs down.
To be fair, we were smiting your name before you came
Yeah.
in too.
Oh, that's the whole goal.
Why are you smiting me?
Well, because I
got-
was like, is
Where
he
the fuck-
here? I even sent you a message. I was like, are you sleeping? What? We just thought you overslept.
Oh, no. I was trying to get off a fucking phone call about something I'm going to have to go deal with when I get out of here.
Doyle, to be fair, when I walked up to the car, you were asleep.
Oh, yeah. After the phone call, like I said about 5 minutes where you came in there, I sat there being like, what the fuck is going on? And then I might have passed out.
Was
for like
there
a couple
craziness
minutes.
after I texted you and you said, why is there 500 semi trucks outside of fucking
Yeah.
JBS? Because usually there's like 5.
Yeah.
You know, when I was
Right.
getting off work, but that night there was fucking so far down. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
backed up.
Why don't you guys dispose of your water the right way?
Back to,
I don't really have any say in that.
yes.
So Kevin Smith, thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. Stop pouring poop water into our water.
Yeah, they don't run it by me.
Tell them to.
All
I
right,
don't think they're
snitchies.
gonna.
With that said, I've been Gabe.
I'm Doyle.
Come on.
This is going to be the end of this episode, but we'll be back with another episode later this week.
Do you know that God kind of looks like Alanis Morissette?
Find us at www.totlb.com. Bye.
Ow, son of
That
a
might be
bitch.
trademarked.
Well, he
Cat
didn't say
biting.
anything in front of the.
just the jingle itself.
What?
New cat's about to get the boot. Bit me like 5 times.
Burrito? Yeah, he's a biter. He's like, oh, you look delicious. The spaghetti is horrible. You should not eat it. Don't even bother.
Just one Benadryl oil.
Yeah. I don't want to go into a coma.
He doesn't want to fall asleep too early.
That's why we keep getting animals. That's just to make you go into a coma.
Multiple Benadryls will
Oh, we
do it.
have a
Right.
we have a request. So remember how you made your stuffing stuff
Yeah.
for Friendsgiving? Well, we had enough left over that we had it for Thanksgiving, and I hate stuffing. That shit's fucking good. So every year from now on, you have to make that.
I will.
Do you
try to
remember what you
remember
put
I
in it?
It's just like chicken and green beans and stuffing.
There was stuffing, sour cream, sausage, chicken, a ranch dressing packet.
Oh gosh.
What the fuck do I have left over in my house?
That shit was so fucking good. I was like, what
Oh, you're eating?
the fuck?
I was just trying to. I don't know. I thought it would all taste good together.
It
You know,
did. Well, I just wanted to jump to the next one.
I promise.
Then I'm gonna jump
You're
into
good.
this one.
Bring,
Well, you're not a first guy.
bring me
160,
spaghetti.
right?
What?
160.
Yes.
Hit
Yes.
that intro.
So before we get started, there is a minor
I hate that face.
issue.
Oh.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
I don't understand Windows and fuck some shit up and completely booted everything. I still haven't. I got all of through editing my photos again, and I have presets, but I'm gonna have to do Anna's again, which might take another day. But I have a ton of
Oh,
photos.
okay.
I have a ton of photos you can give people and we can
That's,
look at.
that's
today.
fine. Do you think that your photos will? Because tonight we're supposed to choose what's gonna go in the calendar.
So not to mean to her at all. There's a lot of learning still to do on her.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think
Yeah.
what you have will suffice for what's actually going to go in the calendar?
Oh yeah, probably -1 because she shot Ty or not Tay and
And Shay?
Shay together, and I didn't.
Ah, okay.
So we only have her photos still on that. And then there was one other girl, the older lady. I think
Beverly.
that she actually took a few photos of her. I think that are maybe better than mine. So because I only got to shoot with her for like 3 minutes,
Right.
So I only have like 10 photos of her.
Right.
But yeah, we could choose stuff from all this pretty
Okay.
easily.
Cool.
But I want to edit hers as well.
No,
I did
yeah,
already
that's fine.
once, and then you get like a free beginning package of Windows, and then you're supposed to sign up for your like actual Windows with the computer you get. And when I did, I didn't.
Is this,
there's,
oh,
like,
this
a-
is new. You're buying a new one.
Yeah,
Ah, that's
they were
right.
like sign up for your free year or your year of Windows Home, and I thought it was already on there, so I was signing in, and I just erased everything that was on there. But there's a way to like boot it through to keep it. I talked to the guy at Best Buy, and he's like, "Oh, we've already done it. It's erased." I was like, "Oh shit." It wasn't just that. I put so much stuff on there already. I was like, I just nuked days of work.
So tomorrow we'll have the other ones.
Tomorrow or the day after, yeah.
Okay.
Because I had to not sleep at all today just to redo mine again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did it last night. It was super late. It kept reminding me, like the stupid new Windows 10 notifies you constantly when it wants you to do something.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
like you need to upgrade this.
I don't know.
You gotta do that
Mine
shit.
doesn't say anything.
Hey, start doing this.
Mine, I have a little number down there, but it doesn't like pop up or anything.
Mine
Mine-
pops a thing up.
Mine no longer does
constantly.
that because I turned that off.
Yeah,
I also
I
just
need to.
get a number.
Yeah.
Today when I turned my computer on, it said 78.
I need to do that.
So should we get? So are we? Do we know what we're doing? It sounds like you're fine with what we were saying.
There are still photos. I just want to show you. They're just like, it's just like an angle. It's just not good. Like, and it doesn't even show their face sometimes. Like that shit, I just don't think we should give them. Like, where especially like some of Anna's where she's like, you can tell she's just shooting to get where she's gonna go. There's like 30 photos there of like just a butt that's caved in, and like there's no reason to give them
Only
that.
a butt?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't want.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
not like a full photo,
Yeah.
then that.
And I haven't taken photos for like 3 years either. Like some of them have like 80 on mine, some have 10, or only one has 10. And that's that old chick because I
Right.
shot with her for no
That's
time.
that's what I was saying was if it's a full picture
Yeah.
and it's clear, then we should include it.
I'll show you some of them. I'm just saying
If it's just a weird,
there are
if it's-
some that it's
if
not.
it's just a ass cheek, like of course I don't want to
I'll
give
take
anybody
those.
just that.
There are some that I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you, like, it's not debatable. This is a bad photo, and it shows everything, and nobody will like it. And I don't. I'll show it to you. Like, I don't think they're gonna want that.
Well, the only reason I'm of the assumption that I shouldn't be the one making the decision.
No, I can just tell you if their face is like.
No, well, right.
Like, it's
I know,
not a good photo,
I
dude.
agree. I agree with that.
Yes, please.
I agree with that.
And I'm
That's-
just telling you, with a
but
DSLR, sometimes you just shoot off 10 frames.
No,
real
right.
quick.
No, I get it.
And you're catching,
It's
like,
a
weird
burst.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and-
no, I understand. My opinion was just if it's a clear photo and maybe it's a weird angle, but we should still include it.
Yeah,
but
I
if
was
the
always
face
gonna
is fucking
include-
distorted or
As long as the photo was
something.
like semi good, I was gonna
Yeah,
include it.
yeah.
Okay,
We're
then
on the
gonna-
same page.
We're on the same
Yeah.
page.
I agree with you. If it's like they're moving or some shit, like I agree with that.
Or there's just a ton that I shot that were like too dark because
And that's
I hadn't
fine.
picked up a camera for a while.
Don't use those.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll show them to you.
if they're
There's
good
plenty.
pictures, even if it's like a little awkward, that's fine.
Well, yeah, the awkwardness I don't care about.
Yeah.
But, like, and again, like a lot of Anna's with who's that first girl?
Well,
Sandy.
Sandy's shoot where she went
she
in
was
the bathroom.
very stiff.
Well, not just that. She was wearing like pasties, and they were trying to put like red roses on, and red roses are not in the right spot at any point. So you just see awkward looking pasties
Yeah.
that are really horribly colored. Like, we can give her those if she wants, but like I don't think she's gonna want that.
So my only thing was we should just be like, hey, these are the best ones. I'll put it on a thumb drive or whatever. These 15 or 30 or whatever it ends up being, those are the best. But here are the other ones as well, and I wanted you to choose to do whatever you want with them. If you like them, or if you think you can touch it up, or
Even
if
if
your
hers on
face looks
mine-
good on this, but your boobs don't, like use that. You know what I mean?
No, but it's just like it's not even what they were going for. That's what I'm saying. Like they were clearly trying to shoot like roses covering her pasties.
No, and I get that. What I'm saying is, if she feels like maybe her face is good in them, and she just wants to crop it and use that for something, like she should have the option to do that.
Okay. I think it's weird.
It is weird.
I just think
but
it diminishes from giving them like something that they're just gonna like because they don't even have to know those photos exist.
Well, I think everybody knows that the shitty photos are there.
No, they don't.
I
They
knew.
don't know which photos are there. Like they're gonna get some photos from that time. They knew they took pictures there. They'll get some amount of photos from being in there. They don't know 30 photos existed there.
Well, what I'm saying is that I assume when I'm taking a picture or when somebody's taking a picture of me that there's gonna be bad pictures.
Sure, and that's what I'm saying. Like we can. I'm gonna be like, well, they'll be like, here's like the best 5, and here are the rest of the ones that are pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
If that
and
makes
that's
sense.
exactly what we should do. Like do like the top.
Well, I told them the top 15. I thought is what you told me.
I say that because I'm gonna give them more than that. Like, I always do that. Like as a winter traveler, like I guarantee like 100 photos or 200 photos, and I give them 300 photos. But you're gonna at least get 15.
Well,
What I'm saying.
here's what I'm saying. Here's what we were saying because I know Gabe mostly agrees with what I'm saying. Is that this whole time, and we're not photographers, so you got to remember that.
No, but I understand what you were saying. I'm just saying they don't know how many photos we took.
No, I know, but what I specifically was speaking with people during the shoot,
Uh-huh.
and I was and Kayla, one of the middle girls, was like, yeah, I did a 6 or 8 hour photo shoot, and the girl only chose 8, and I was like, well, it looks like he's shooting like 100, 150, you know what I mean? Because that's what we both assumed until you sprung it afterward, and I don't mean that in a bad way. We just assumed that that's what was going on. And so throughout the whole thing, we were telling people like, you're gonna get every photo. It doesn't matter. Like that's the maybe not the prize is not the right way to say it, but that's what we're doing for you, taking the time out to come from Denver, Parker, Littleton for free.
I'm just thinking like I don't think there's gonna be any negative review on like we just deleted the duplicates and the
Right.
ones that I fucked up on. And after you say that, nobody knows how many photos.
I agree, but the only thing that I'm saying is just to make, especially me, because that's what I went out on the limb. I never gave anybody a hard number. Like I never said you're getting 75. I just said you're getting them all. And so I think if it's viable, if it's clear, and maybe
I
it is
already-
from a weird angle
I already
or
did
something
that.
like that.
I already did what we said. If it
Yeah.
looked viable, I rated it 2 stars and I edited it
Yeah.
on mine. So I'm just saying. There's a lot fewer photos than I think you think there are going to be because I there's a ton of my photos and I'll show them to you where I was just shooting to make sure that the light was good or I'm
Right.
shooting this angle Or like I said, if I shoot like that's the same photo 5 times.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna bother.
And
editing it
that's
5
why
times.
Taylor said so she had texted me afterward, but the other two women said they wanted all of them.
Yeah.
And it was like I'll choose what I think. You know, maybe Doyle doesn't. You know, maybe I think something's different from what you guys are thinking, and so I want all of them.
Yeah.
And the other Shay just said, yeah, what the hell, I want all of them as well. Just when I was taking the quick poll.
Yeah.
But Taylor did say that because her mom was a photographer. She's like for me, I would take the top 15 because I think a lot of them are going to be dupes, but I think you should do the option 2, which was give everybody everything.
See, like look at this. Like this looks like it's
Oh,
savable.
jeez, was that outside?
Yeah, but that was shot so dark, and I've already lined it up so much I can't even go
I like
lighter
the
than
picture.
that. It's not a bad photo. I included it. Is what I'm
Right.
saying. Like I wouldn't normally include that, but I did. But it's like super dark.
Oh, that's a good picture too.
Well, these are ones I could actually clean up to some
That
degree.
that's a good picture.
Yeah, I edited it. That's why it looks like that.
Yeah.
I have them all separated.
I mean, I don't know. It's for me. I was even fine just being like, "Do you want all of these other pictures?" You
Well,
know,
like
I get
Taylor's
it.
like 80 of Taylor's. Like
Nice.
they're fine. Like, I'm saying they're still gonna get a lot of photos. You know what I'm saying?
And then if you want,
Well, they're gonna.
I don't know how you're gonna give them to me, but if you want to also separate them so that I can know what I'm separating. If you're like, here's the top 15 and here's the other ones,
Yeah.
then I can separate them on my own as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you're. I don't know if you want.
I was already planning on doing that before I gave it to you.
I didn't know if you wanted me to buy the thumb drives now, or within the day or two, and then give them to you so you can transfer it all, and then I'll just move it from there or do whatever I need to do from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's just at some point this week. I'll get some, or I can get the show reimburse me or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, just so that I know what's separate and kind of go from there.
Yeah, that's fine.
We come to a consensus while I was taking a shit.
Yes. Cool. Ready? Intro. 180.
Hey everybody, it's episode 160 of Thinking Outside the Long Box, and surprisingly, Gabe's the one taking a shit.
What did I say? 180?
You said 180.
Okay, we're 18 minutes behind schedule, so.
Hey everybody, welcome. I hope that was
It did,
recording.
it
Okay.
was. It
Hey everybody,
was.
welcome to episode 160 of Thinking Outside the Long Box. I'm Gabe.
I'm Doyle.
I'm one. I don't.
Sorry.
You were both over here. You just doing like this.
Yeah.
Water at one point.
Oh man, if you're on the live stream, we are back recording this episode. If you are not on the live stream, you're just listening to the episode in
You
your
showed me a couple
podcast.
pictures. That were really good.
In your podcast thingy-majiggy. Welcome to the episode. Today we are going to be talking about our Patreon supporter Jason Wells' pick, Mad Max, which he kind of tied in a little bit to our discussion about dystopian films. We watched a movie too, Children of Men.
Yeah, the last
Children
2
of
weeks.
Men dystopian movies, which was your pick.
Yes.
And then, so he wanted to kind of continue that theme with 1976's Mad Max.
So Perry.
Oh, they're gross.
I don't like them.
They're nasty.
Too much pear.
It's a pear drink.
The Red Bull pear is too much pear.
When the drink says pear flavored and it tastes like a pear, that's a win.
No. It tastes too much.
It tastes like
a
candy
pear.
pears.
Yeah.
Drinking them non-stop.
Mad Max.
So-
Mel Gibson looks crazy young.
He is crazy young
It's
in
because it was
this.
crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
this
didn't
movie,
even. I was like, fuck. I don't. You did see
I
some things
very rarely
unrecognizable.
get to say
He
things
didn't
like
even
this
hate
on
the
our
Jews
show.
yet.
This is
I think if you've got to add a yet to that, you probably hate Jews your whole life.
yeah.
I feel like Hollywood did it to him.
So no fooling around. I don't get to say this on our show very often. This movie's older than I am. That's kind of weird. It's
What year did it come out?
76.
76? I thought it was 79.
Is it? Oh, maybe it is 79. If it's 79, then I was a year old.
I think it was 79. I can look it up too, buddy.
I can't.
So-
I don't have internet access.
So, oh, it is 79.
79. Yeah.
79, bro.
So you're still not. It's
Yeah,
still not older than you.
Still hasn't happened. I'm gonna have to pick a pop culture classic from the 50s.
We're gonna
here
fucking
soon.
pick a fucking an Abbott and Costello movie.
50s.
Yeah.
We could just go to the early 70s.
Well,
I
it's
just
true.
watched for the very first time. I know we're off
I'm
topic,
just saying,
but I
between
watched
the 60s and the early 70s, there's like no good movies.
I watched their
No,
bit about who's on first base for the first time in my whole life
Shit's
the other
fucking
day. It was so
super funny.
Oh,
That comedy, Abbott and Costello's comedy holds up. Like,
Some of it does.
yeah, some of
Well,
it's crazy
that
racist.
held up because the wordplay is so good. Like
Right.
it goes way beyond just who's on first base. You know what I mean?
Right, it
And
goes
the
on
wordplay is
forever.
amazing. So I really enjoyed it. But Mad Max,
Definitely not a lot of wordplay.
no.
2 man enter, 1 man leave.
Different Mad Max.
I know.
I know you know.
But it's
This
still,
was way less
I
Mad
wish it was in
Maxian
there.
than I remember.
So,
I don't know when the last time I saw this movie, or if I even have ever
I
seen
So
think
it.
that
here's
most
what-
people, when they think of Mad Max, just think Thunderdome.
or Road Warrior, which
Yeah.
is the one that comes before it. Most people are used to the Mad Max world where everything has completely
Like
fallen
Fury
apart.
Road.
And they're just hunting for gas. And that doesn't really start happening until the sequel, Road Warrior, which is like the real building of that mythology.
Right.
What's cool about the first Mad Max, in my opinion, is it's just a character study on why Mad Max is the way he is before everything falls to shit. Like, he's already, like, a fucking murder machine, like,
It's very
ready
much-
to, like, annihilate bad guys.
It's very similar in vein to the first Rambo, I feel like.
Yeah, or the first Death Wish. It feels a lot like the first, not as intense, but definitely,
Definitely not as intense.
yeah, it definitely has that like revenge aspect. To
I don't
it,
know if
though.
I've ever seen this movie until until
Really?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Probably not.
In my mind, I remember exactly what you're talking about. Fury Road or Beyond the Thunderdome, where
So do you
shit's
remember?
already bad.
Do you remember a guy with a crossbow on his hand?
Not off the top of my head.
So I'm thinking you probably have seen Thunderdome and Fury Road,
That
which
was
is
the-
what most people have
So
seen.
I was hanging out with my brother Felix. I think we had a family thing right before I watched it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna watch it tomorrow." And that was the first thing that came up was Thunderdome.
Right.
And so I maybe that's the most popular or something.
It
I
is.
don't know.
It
Okay, I
is.
was gonna say I have no idea. But that was
It had
the
like
first
Tina
one that
Turner
came out.
in it. Mel Gibson
okay.
was a huge star by the time it came out. Like, it was a very different time for movies between him making an independent film in 1979, fucking zero people knew who Mel Gibson was,
Right.
Yeah.
to going to like 84 or 85 when he had been in fucking Lethal Weapon and a bunch of other movies, and he was like a shooting star. You know, he was a Hollywood actor. You add Tina Turner into it, you give it a massive budget, have a ton of shit blowing up, and it's a huge hit compared to this movie that literally probably has the budget to blow up, what, 4 cars? Like, they crash maybe 2 other cars. The
It
van
was-
the
I'll tell you,
van
it
that
was
he
hard to
hits, the van he hits is definitely just a shell of a van. There's nothing in it when he crashes into
At the
that.
very beginning.
Yeah, when they're in that first with Knight Rider.
Yeah.
It was. How do you mean it was hard to watch?
I am. We'll say it at the end again, but I'm kind of a quarter thumbs up on this movie. I just didn't because it's so old
And its pacing is
it's
slow.
hard. The acting is not that great. The fucking the special effects aren't very special. Like it's a harder movie
Some
to watch
things blow
because
up
it's so old.
at a
Failed big
distance.
time, Jason.
Well, when Mel Gibson gets shot in the knee out in the desert, somehow he gets out of his car and doesn't see the dude who shoots him in the fucking knee. They're not hiding behind anything. It's just they're just out there. Like it just blows my mind.
They're
some
behind
of
the hill.
things.
There's a little hill.
It just made me laugh.
It's funny. I put weird connections. You're right. You're 100% right. But in my brain, because of the way it's shot, they crest a little bit in the shot. So in my brain, they're behind a little hill. And then, but they're not. They're just standing out there. Or just like
All
this,
sitting in a lawn chair.
Yeah.
the special.
Oh, I didn't see you out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, fuck.
Spoiler alert for like a 40-year-old movie. When his wife and the baby get killed, right? They don't have to use any special effects. She's laying 30 feet away,
Right.
so that he can go and be like, no, 30 feet away,
Right.
so that they don't actually have to put anything in the shot. And when you think about it, if you have no budget, fucking genius.
Right.
Like you don't have to show it. Or his friend who's a burn victim, they show his hand,
Man.
and then they do the close up on his face, and that's it. You
And
know?
that was awful acting.
Oh, for and the music.
Oh, and the fucking eyes too, bro.
Popping out?
On me, yeah, on the guy at the end getting hit by the semi.
So it happens
like,
twice.
But, no, I know, but it's
Yeah,
like, oh
usually
fuck, like
twice.
he's gonna get hit by this truck, and then his eyes completely take me out of the moment.
Right, because he's so scared his eyes pop out.
Yeah,
Like
I'm just like, what the fuck?
not too gross pop out. They just kind of bulge out.
People do that
Yeah,
in real
they don't
life.
they don't go like
That
bloop.
is some E for eyeball.
People do it in real life. They
Pop.
pop their eyes out like that, like in real life. It's a Guinness Book of World Record thing.
Yeah,
How
like
far you can bulge your eyeballs out.
that's awesome.
I wonder if that's ever gone wrong.
It has to have gone wrong.
Here, I'll
I
look it up.
wouldn't.
No, don't look
You
it
guys
up.
talk, but I'll look it up.
So this movie actually gets a thumbs up from me because I really dig that it's not like a standard action movie. Like it has a story, it's going somewhere, you know, you can see the wheels turning on what they're trying to do. It's not necessarily oh, that is ridiculous and I hate it. Oh, that lady can make her eyes come out way too far, Juan. Oh, shit.
But it's not. They're not coming out like her eyes aren't like she's not dead.
No, I hate it. I really hate it. Oh,
It's amazing.
that's fucked
That's
up.
the coolest thing ever.
Uh,
When they used to have the old Guinness Book of World Records show.
yeah.
That was the thing I remember. There was a dude who could drink milk or suck it up through his nose and shoot it out of his eye.
See, I had a friend that
I
could
know
do
the name
that.
of the movie, but I can't remember the Arnold Mars movie.
Oh, Total Recall.
Total Recall.
That's exactly what it looks like. in Total Recall.
Yeah. I was on. There's
You
a
want to see Mel?
No.
there's a t-shirt company called Rotten Cotton, and they do like a ton of like old like crappy horror movies and like really disgusting horror movie shirts. But they have a shirt that's Arnold's head in the Thing in Total Recall, and above it it says like NYGRHHHH exclamation mark. So it's makes me laugh. Back to Mad Max. So
Did they follow the family into the forest? They did, right?
yeah,
Because I didn't. I must have missed something. Like the hand, they drugged the dude. 'Cause
Right.
His hands all fucking
it
torn
tore,
off.
tore his hand off because
But I
that's a
must
thing
have
that
missed.
happens.
I must have turned around or something when they actually followed him into the forest.
Yeah, they followed him to that house
Mm-hmm.
basically. So how hard is it to believe that this movie spawned Fury Road?
Well, was it this movie though, or was it the third?
I mean,
movie?
in the long run, it is
Right.
this movie. Like this movie starts everybody down the path to making Fury Road, which is a reboot but also a sequel. Like it clearly takes place after Thunderdome. Max is clearly
It's a
Max,
sequel.
just with a different actor. Like it's amazing to me that the concept. Stop it, cat. The
Shit.
Juan's no longer on camera.
Oh,
It's amazing to me that like such a simple concept for a movie could have been taken like such a long way. I move the camera.
Honestly, Fury Road's an incredibly simple movie as well. I mean,
Right.
not to
It's
make.
it's just a chase scene.
Yeah.
Like beginning to end.
Hey!
You want some animal? Stop.
Okay.
Stupid dog. Juan, you gotta scoot this way again. You-
Dog tried to kill the cat.
There we go. No, it's the cat.
survived.
The cat is
Oh.
super aggressive with the dogs ever since she had babies for like no reason. Like they'll be walking down the hall and she'll be like so it's fun.
Is that one of the baby cats?
Yeah.
It just got really big.
Yep,
Really
that's
fast?
Burrito. Come on. No.
How many babies were there?
There were 5. We're down to 2.
they shot the others.
They
They're
went
not shooting.
they went to the farm.
Oh, they went to the
Five
farm.
cats.
Sorry.
2 cats leave.
Are you keeping these two?
Yeah.
How many cats do you have now?
5.
That's a lot of cats.
It is.
We volunteer.
Most of them,
dogs.
3 dogs.
He's all, are you keeping him? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It was hard. Like I said, I have absolutely zero attachment to this movie. So I don't.
Right.
All I'm basing it off is what I see, and I feel like Fury Road is a better Mad Max than Mad Max was.
Oh, I
And it's
100% agree
because
with
of
that.
when it was
Even though
made.
it's really not
So it's
about
Thunderdome.
Mad Max.
yeah, well, it
And
is more about
Furiosa.
Furiosa,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I think Thunderdome's a better movie than this one. I think Road
Yeah.
Warrior is a better movie than this one. This movie is not great.
Right.
Like, the fact that a sequel got made out of this movie is startling. Like,
That was
but
the '70s, bro.
but
They're
I
playing fast and loose with money.
I still
A lot of it
People
was
doing a
going
lot
up
of
their
cocaine.
nose.
Yeah. I still enjoy this movie a lot, but for very different reasons than I enjoy the follow-ups.
Right.
Does this movie feel truly post-apocalyptic to you?
No.
Not at
to
all.
Me, it didn't.
It seems
Aside
like,
from the fact that there wasn't any cops.
well, they're
anywhere.
the cops.
No, I
The
know, but I
FBI are
mean,
the cops.
like when if I go out and shoot up a building, you know what I mean? I assume
cops
that
show
the
up
cops are gonna
before
show up.
somebody calls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But Mad Max is really, aside from the beginning thing, I think and where the guy gets off. There really are no other cops except for Mad Max that I can remember coming to a scene.
I think that's the idea, is that the police, there's almost none of
Right.
them. Because nobody wants to do it, because there's these roving gangs of criminals that will just fucking murder you.
Right.
So
Which is weird, and the fucking dude wasn't even really that like scary.
So
Like-
watching it, I am like 90% convinced that Kenny Omega takes half of his character from that guy. Because he talks like him, he moves like him, he has his hair like him. I'm like, oh, you watched Mad Max right before you became a wrestler. I get it now.
The dude at the end, oh, you're just trying to make me look stupid, right? Come
You
on,
think
man.
I look funny? You
Yeah.
think I look funny? I'm like, you're gonna set your ass on fire. You need to saw your foot off, dude.
What are your thoughts, Doily?
I didn't watch it.
You know what? You know what his thoughts are? Benadryl.
It's not the first time I haven't watched one. I've seen this movie before.
No, I know.
I'm like in the same camp that you're in. I didn't really love it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's very obviously made for like $18. But yeah, like I don't know.
It is a movie.
It is it's a thing that happened. Spawned other things that happened.
Is this Mel Gibson's first movie? Do we know that?
I don't know that.
He was in a gay love movie at one point.
What?
I think that's true, actually.
Mel Gibson's first movie, Butt Sex.
Wow.
Mel Gibson's first movie is called Summer City. Debuted in 1977, for which he was paid $400.
What's it about?
He was in the theater
During
before
the
that.
Summer.
His first actual performance was in '76.
Oh man, his
Le
real
Chateau de Hydrotherapie Magnétique.
That's right.
name. That's gay porn.
French by Butt Sex.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
What did you say his real name is?
Oh, his real name is Mel Comsier Gerard Gibson.
He's French.
He's French.
At least his first middle name is.
No wonder he hates the Jews.
Mel?
I figure like he was fine. And then once you make that beat the hell out of Jesus movie, you kind of start hating the Jews.
Ugh, dude, he
That's
is
a hard movie to watch.
What?
Jesus.
Passion of the
Passion
Christ.
of the Christ.
I bawled. Like
It's
a
so hard.
baby
Like
in
it's
that
so
movie.
hard to watch a dude just get his fucking
Not
just.
to mention, I saw it in a theater full of pastors a month early with Mel Gibson there.
Oh, Jesus.
It was freaking weird. Yeah. That was after I think Gabe had left Youth for Christ at that point, I think.
Probably.
Gabe left the church.
Mel Gibson did like
Well, it wasn't until way after that.
Mel Gibson
but-
did like a much sadder version of what Kevin Smith's tour looks like, where he debuted it for like pastors and ministry workers, and yeah, it was.
Then did a Q&A. Yes, Jesus got his ass beat.
No, he,
Yes, Jesus died for your sins.
he just came up before the movie, and then I think he left. I doubt he stayed. during
Yeah.
the movie.
He's like, I hate this movie.
He's like, just so you
Too
know,
many Jews.
Oof.
I made this movie for Jesus. Oh, hopefully.
Definitely not for the millions and millions of dollars he made off of it.
And millions.
And millions.
One of the creepiest Satans, I think, in a movie, though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Legitimately.
It's one of my favorite Satans in a movie. So, Mad Max.
Get out of here, kitty.
Juan, you said quarter thumb up.
Quarter thumb, 3 out of 10.
Ooh, that's really like straightforward.
Yeah. That's technically.
4 out of 10.
Yeah,
All right,
it's like a
sorry.
third.
4 out of 10.
I'm a half thumb.
Half thumb up the butt.
1.2 out of 2.5.
This is like a 50%.
A little more than 50%.
Yeah, that's true. 1.2 out of 2.5, so a little more than 50%.
No,
That's a little
no,
less.
it's a little less than. I didn't hear the 2.5. I just
Ah,
said,
okay,
I said
okay.
2.
So many
It's
cats.
1 1/2 quarter cheese.
So I'm gonna give this 1 thumb up, like a full thumb up, but I'm gonna give it like
Get off my.
I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5, but like a 7.5 out of 10.
I
So
will
like a
pre.
75%.
So not really. So we're under the agreement that it's not really
It's
a
not.
dystopian movie.
I don't feel like it is. Like I understand. Like I
It's
understand.
the
Like
beginning of a dystopian universe.
Right.
yeah, like it's the start of like what turns into like a dystopian world, but it's like America right now as opposed to America 10 years from now.
Did
During Trump's third presidency.
did Knight Rider
16th
steal a cop car?
Yes.
Was that a cop car?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. I was like, I don't understand how he's in their fucking PA system.
Yeah,
like, I
he
don't
stole a
get
cop
that.
car. They show the light spinning on it too at
Ah, I
some
must have
point.
missed
So
that.
yeah,
And
Knight
then he
Rider.
just starts crying all of a sudden.
a hate-filled suicide machine. All right. Well,
Nobody really enjoyed it apparently.
I enjoyed it, just not to. I enjoyed it.
My
Right.
enjoyment
Period.
of it is because of love for the series
My enjoyment.
/ nostalgia of old shitty movies that I saw when I was a kid.
My
If you
enjoyment.
don't have that, I don't think you'd like this movie.
My enjoyment of it stems entirely from I want to watch the other ones now.
right.
Like, and it's not. It just makes me excited to watch Road Warrior and Thunderdome, which, are great.
Speaking of, just real quick, movies that do that but are not good, and I might get some pushback from this, I bought the new Lion King movie. Just makes me want to watch the original Lion King. Not good.
The original Lion King's not good.
No, the new one.
Oh yeah, the
It's
new
the
one's
same
not good.
exact movie.
No, it's not.
Except they took out.
They
the
take away the-
Uma scene.
And the songs are different.
It's very very close to exactly the same.
The
movie.
ways that it's different make it terrible.
What do you want me to do? Dress and drag and do the Luna?
Yeah.
Put away.
when they said they're making a live action Lion King,
We should have all known they were full of shit
no, yeah,
for starters.
I was like, this isn't fucking live action.
These
None
are
of
fucking.
it is.
These are fucking robot lions.
Like
There's no-
Aladdin is a live action version of
No, you
what
call
that
me
movie is.
Mr. Pig.
I agree, they did change something, but it's
Timon and
almost
Simba.
Simba?
Timon and Pumbaa
Shimon and Zumba.
are noticeably worse.
yeah. No, I agree. It's not as good. It's definitely not as.
And Beyonce, I'm sorry, she and Queen Bee and her held out of law. I think.
It just is damn near the same movie. That's the weird thing to me.
I know, but it's
It's just not.
it's knockoff, dude.
No, I agree. I agree
it's
with
Big K Soda.
I
It's
agree.
it's a Dingo Pictures.
Super Cola.
It did make me want to watch the original.
Nice.
All right.
Well, with that said, find us on our website, www.totlb.com. That'll lead you to all of our social medias as well as our phone number, which you can call us at and leave a message if you have any opinions about Mad Max, 970-573-6148. Oh, sweet, I did that. With that said, I've been Gabe.
I'm Juan.
I'm Doyle.
We will see you in just a few days.
What's your turn?
All right, I'm gonna call Anna.
Oh, we're just gonna call her and hold the phone up
Yep.
to the mic.
She doesn't have Skype.
Nice.
I was like, "You're killing me." She's like, "I barely got a computer."
Here's
Are you there?
She has a computer. She probably has Skype.
All right. No, she doesn't have Skype.
Skype.
I don't have Skype. I'm lame. I'm young blood.
It's free.
All right, we're gonna record with you just on speakerphone.
Okay, sweet.
All right, Gabe's gonna do an intro real quick.
It's gonna be loud. Sorry.
Howdy bows.
I've never seen so many half-naked women in my life. It's episode 161 of Thinking. Wait, no, I see Pornhub every day. I've seen more naked women than this. Okay, bye, guys.
All right, now we're recording.
Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 161 of Thinking Outside the Long Box. I'm Gabe.
I'm Doyle.
I'm Juan. Who's on the phone?
So we're going to talk for a few minutes about our pinup shoot that we did
A whole episode.
we're like our regular. We're going to do a regular episode.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said a few minutes. Get off my sack. So last week we did our pinup shoot for our sexy lady calendar, pinup calendar. That's the word I'm looking for. I've forgotten how to talk.
Well, the words. There's this
We're gonna
calendar.
put photos in a calendar book.
We do calendar stuff with pictures of the ladies.
Feel free to jump in at any time, Anna.
just yell. That's all we do. But so, first of all, with us we have Anna, who was one of the photographers. My wife and daughter and I know her as Bowser from Roller Derby. And of course, we have Doyle, who's part of the show, but he also helped us take pictures. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we'll
don't
just talk
yell,
about.
please.
We're going to talk about the shoot in general. Oh God, my wife is.
Bowser,
hovering.
I love you so much.
She can't hear you.
She's over there.
No, I can hear her.
Bowser, I love you.
I love you.
I lie you.
Okay.
Did you say pussy?
No, I said proceed.
Oh.
Proceed. Oh, or pussy,
I was like,
whatever.
whoa.
Called her Gash. Walks away.
So speaking of pussies,
Oh.
There's
no,
a lot
just
of
kidding.
kitties
There's a
around
lot
here.
of cats around here. So first off, Anna, how was the photo shoot for you? How,
From your perspective.
from your perspective?
It was crazy because normally I'm just the photographer whenever I do like photo shoots and stuff like that. So being on both sides of the camera, it was crazy for me. It was totally surreal. But I had such a blast. I've never had a photo shoot like it before. So it was really crazy for me. But
We're
it was
looking
really
at
crazy.
one of your pictures right now. It looks really good.
Damn. Yeah, of you.
Yeah. Oh, this dog's all wet.
One of the pussies is wet.
It's a dog.
Her husband will beat you up.
Oh, I almost passed out right there. Just so you know.
I went to pet it. It was just sopping wet.
Oh,
What?
wow. That
What,
was-
Anna?
Are you on Facebook right now or are you doing special recording?
No, the next one will be our Facebook interaction.
Oh, okay, right. I was
So-
like, man, I can watch you.
So that's creepy. So you're you're gonna be in this one. If you want to join us, we're gonna be on Facebook here in about 20 minutes or so.
Oh, I can't get down there that fast. Ooh.
What? No. I'm not saying here on
your
Facebook.
on your computer.
Oh, on Facebook. Okay, yeah, no, I watch you guys on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
What are you
Anna.
doing to my sweet
So-
Bowser?
Party.
So the level of energy that you bring to everything is stunning. How much coffee do you drink in the morning?
Honestly,
Weird.
this past year I just started drinking coffee again, and normally it's like 6 cold ice cube coffees because I freeze ice cubes and everything, or I freeze the coffee in the cubes, and then I pour this like protein drink underneath it, so I have all this energy from this protein, and I feel like I'm Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands, you know.
I don't know what to do with my.
I'm uncomfortable. No, I'm uncomfortable knowing where you get your protein from.
I just don't know what to do with my hands.
She'll hear that later.
Yeah, I know. So how about you, Doyle? How was the photo shoot for you?
It was good. I was like half awake for most of it,
We
but I
could
still
tell.
had quite a good time.
You just look sleepy. That's all.
Well, yeah,
You were up for fucking
I didn't
ever.
sleep.
Yeah.
Just like now.
Yeah, just like today.
Which is why when I asked you how was the photo shoot, you said it was good.
No, I'm also trying to figure something out on the computer, but no, I had a good time. Like I said, it went. I think there were things which have nothing to do with the models that we could have personally planned better, and we know now for the future. But I still think it went well for like we've never done this before. Let's try to figure out how to get 12 months worth of content into a single day in a like tiny bed and breakfast in Loveland.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, the space was fucking perfect for this first time. Like there was enough space where you could go outside, which you did. There were enough rooms. You know what I mean? Maybe some of the months might look pretty similar to each other, but I think we did really well for the small space that we had. For
Especially
sure,
considering
definitely.
considering that we've never attempted anything remotely like this, and to have people comment that this is like the most organized photo shoot they've
Yeah,
ever been to,
yeah.
I was like, that seems weird. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like we're fuck
Kayla
ups.
said that.
Yeah.
And some of that is for me mostly because I'm doing my best to be as organized as possible because this is the first time we've ever done this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I was talking about things like from a,
Photography standpoint.
and even then, it's stuff that I wouldn't have thought of either because I've never done it before. But doing it, like there was nothing wrong with how we did it. It still came out great. But just like having a space where rooms are a little bigger to where you can get different angles or get.
So you can get around stuff.
Yeah, like, but I mean,
Or
that's
just
all
smaller
stuff that we
bed.
just know for next time.
Well, and
I
some
mean,
of that is because we're working on a limited budget in the sense that we don't want to spend a ton of money on something that we know is not going to make that money back.
Yeah.
And it probably doesn't help that we're both like the hugest human beings we know.
That is not true.
He's only small in some areas.
Yeah.
This is brain.
Well, that's one
God.
of the some areas.
The other one's my dick.
The other brain.
It is totally true.
And Anna, I had almost nothing but praise for you personally, but from all the models too. I didn't even think about it honestly until it happened and somebody said it. But I didn't even think that having 3 or 4 dudes there and no other female that we know would be weird.
I did.
And it's really not even something I thought of. And because I've never done it before. So having
It was on my radar for sure.
Anna didn't think about it either. But
I just like those there just because hey, you guys are a business, like you guys are, it's a professional,
Right.
professional establishment, you know.
Yeah, professional, real professional.
well, it's an LLC. If something crazy happened, you could sue the LLC. It's a real business.
for no money.
But
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah, I got 10 cents.
But you could feel it. You could
Sterling.
feel that there was almost no tension because Anna was there, and the energy was there, and you know what I mean. And I didn't think about that until we were in the midst of what we were doing.
Right. I didn't really either. Just because we had.
I've been a few times, but I think the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my entire life was like from that weekend. Somebody said, you know, not only do I feel beautiful here, but I feel safe here. And that to me, my life was totally made because I've been to some places like some photo shoots and stuff where it's like there's these malls and it's just you get that gut feeling like you know I don't like something and have a good day type of thing, you know. But nobody felt that way, and that was the best compliment for me. Brought me to tears.
And I was before we went, I was doing everything in my power to be like, hey, here, you know, if you want to call me, we can talk on the phone, we can text back and forth. Our faces are all over our social media.
Yeah.
You know, there are ways where you can go into the depths of the internet and find us and who we are. And so I tried to be as open book as possible to these women because it's half naked women in front of dudes they've never met before,
Right.
and at a house that's not ours.
Yeah, no, as soon as like I started actually thinking about it, like way after we had started the process of doing it, I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of weird. But when we also, even after we had picked the models, we had picked a ton of like male models, so like the proportion was so different at that point that it just never occurred to me again, because I was like, well, a bunch of male models and female models will be there. Like they all know that they're just here to do like, you know, this business basically. and then male model after male model after male model dropped out, and next thing we knew, it was just ladies, and I was like, huh, that's kind of weird.
It's not the way I thought that would go, by the way.
Neither.
I never thought that the people who would drop out eventually would be all males.
Right.
Never.
I
To be
never
honest,
thought.
I think it would have been more awkward with dudes, more dudes there.
Maybe. I think from.
Because well, we're not. Despite our anything negative about us, I don't think we're creepy at all. But there's no saying that like 4 random guys half naked that we don't know aren't gonna be creepy.
It's true.
It's hard for me to be creepy because I'm just chubby with curly hair, so.
Just a dude with a bunch of kids and chubbiness.
I don't know.
He's got a chubby right now, even.
That's because you're here.
You'd never know. Oh, there comes that back again. That's funny.
Like, ooh, I know it, Desi.
Oh, this is getting weird. This is getting weird.
So we had the old man,
Mhm.
I think, who tried to send me a naked picture, but it ended up not being naked. He was like 75.
Yeah.
But he the day, I think that a few days beforehand, maybe a week before, he's like, what are we doing as far as wardrobe? And I was like, well, I mean, that's up to you. You know, it's coming from your collection. You know, the nakedness is really up to you. And his email after that was, I'm comfortable naked. And I said, well, that's not really what we're doing. And I don't.
We're not comfortable with you naked.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was like it's so I had those
I
times
think
where
it
I was
was.
like, I don't know if I'm being catfished or if people think I'm trying to catfish them. Like I had both
No,
of the
dude.
ways around. Like I don't know if the old dude thought
I
I
saw
was
some
looking
of
for an
those
HJ.
Facebook messages, and some of these guys just wanted to show up and whip their dongs out and stand there.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that's weird. I would, so it's that moment where you realize that guys are fucking gross. Like, I would never take a picture of my dick and Facebook message it to somebody, but I know for a fact it's happened to one of my kids. Like, I just know that. And that, dude, they're
I
on
know.
Snapchat all the time. I guarantee they've seen some dude's dong for no reason.
Oh, I know they have.
Because he's just straight
Well,
Snapchat.
it might have been for some reason.
Well, right.
If you've done like chat roulette, you totally did it for nothing.
It's like one of those things where, like, I felt comfortable seeing one of my coworkers in her underwear because I know she's just there to take pictures,
Right.
and it's not fucking weird. Her boyfriend's standing right there. I'm friends with him too. We're all just talking and having fun. You know, Juan is there, and all my friends are hanging out, and nothing got awkward and weird. And now I can joke about how I've seen her in her underwear, and she jokes about how she wishes she could see me in mine, and I'm like, no, that's hard. No, I'm gross.
There
Like,
there were 2 times that I noticed. One time was with the older lady. I think the awkward came from her end of not, because her email to me was she was trying to do this because she wants to get into, her words were kind of MILF glamour kind of
Right.
things, and I was like, all right, that's fine, whatever.
Well, she still has her body.
While
is what
she still
said.
looks beautiful,
Yeah.
and
Which she
so
does.
her
Beverly.
the older
first
lady,
one or
no,
the
the
last
last one,
one?
the last one.
Yeah.
So the awkwardness there was from her because I don't think she's ever done something like that. It didn't seem like she had.
Right.
And so you could tell, but the cool thing was that Taylor and Shay were there like helping her, doing her hair, helping her with poses or whatever. And they were there making her more comfortable in a group of, like, I couldn't do anything about. I don't know what
Right.
the fuck I'm looking
I'd
at.
be like, you're doing a great
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Thumbs up.
And
I think having music for them and like having some like with courage as well, I guess, like treating them, making them feel like royalty. But like, I love me some Lizzo. I'm gonna say I probably have not listened to Lizzo for like a week after the photo shoot just because I heard nothing but her. I love you, Lizzo, but I feel like having their song that makes them feel themselves. I think that totally helped them come out of their shells too. Just for me.
I agree. I agree with you, Anna. The other one was the skinnier redhead. I don't want to throw names out there because I don't know, but she did really well, but her first outfit was just her simple red bra and panty outfit. and she saw Shaylee and she saw Taylor in kind of and Shaylee was very risque, a lot more risque than I thought she would be.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck, I need to change, is what she said out loud. And she went back in and she changed into that white onesie thong thing. I don't know what the fuck that's called. But I was like, all right, well, it was another version of these other girls helping one other person feel a little bit more comfortable. And like, fuck, I can be a little bit more me, or
A little
bit
different.
take a chance or something, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Doyle accidentally walked in on 2 people.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that.
Having sex?
No.
Oh,
Dude, no. God, we would have definitely heard about that. That house was not big enough to get away with that.
who did you walk in on?
I don't want to talk about that on the episode. I didn't want it to happen in real life.
It was just funny. He told me about it on the way back, and I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
who it was or anything. But
It's no one we've talked about so far.
he was like, I'm not sure if she was just like super comfortable with herself or she was making like a really passive pass at me, because he was like, oh, I'm sorry, and she was like, no, it's okay, no worries. Like, and more likely than not, with how comfortable everybody was and everybody just trying to change and get through their stuff,
Yeah.
she probably was just like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah, I'm
we're
sure.
all here to do work, you know.
It was super awkward.
I was.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I know.
Did you just say I know?
Delightful.
Delightful. Oh man. So for me, I had to leave in the middle because I had to help take care of kids, which sucked, and I was bummed that I didn't get to go to the whole thing.
Sorry.
But it's okay, but the part of it that like I missed was so fun. Like it was so good, and it just seemed to go smoothly, and everybody seemed to be having a really good time and
Oh,
enjoying
so fun.
themselves.
I think
Like-
we were only on the normal. We're behind on pretty much fucking everything we do.
Like right now.
Yeah, fucking Gabe.
How's this my fault? You guys had like a 20 fucking minute argument.
No, we weren't arguing. We weren't arguing, but we were only late like 20 or 30 minutes that day, which was
Which is
really
ridiculous
good.
for us, yeah.
It went rather smooth for something we've never ever done before.
Right.
So.
All the curveballs that you guys had thrown away at the last second, even, like,
Oh.
I thought it was, honestly, it was amazing.
Here's the thing too about that specifically. I specifically, for the last people who came in late, I said, this is what it is. You're gonna be in lingerie. It's a boudoir calendar. That's what it is. And the girl who didn't show up, who was Facebooking us back and forth, one of her last messages before that day was, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm perfectly fine in lingerie." And I was like, I don't.
And then
I
all of a
don't
sudden she
get
was
it.
like, I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Sometimes, you know, like, that was my first time only because it was just like, hey, so, you know, opportunity. It's like, you know, yes, today is the day, like, carpe diem, but sometimes people don't want carpe diem quite yet.
We're
My
sorry.
cat just
We're
tried
all
to
getting
carpe me
attacked
right
by
in the
cats.
DMs. But it's true. Like, it's. Go ahead.
No, she was laughing at you.
It's good because it was good because it was an opportunity for a lot of people to really like feel great about themselves. And I feel bad for the one lady that backed out because she felt nervous, because it probably, once she got past those nerves, she probably would have fucking felt amazing at the end, because everybody came out of it talking about how awesome they felt, how empowered they felt, how much fun they had, how sexy they felt afterwards. Like, I mean, that's cool, you know, that's a good thing. Like, very rarely do I walk away from a day in my life and think to myself, man, somebody's gonna think I look hot. Like, that doesn't happen to me. So being able to kind of gift that to like 10 people
Right.
is really cool. And it bums me out that one person was just too uncomfortable to do it, you know? But I can't convince somebody online,
no.
hey, I'm not a creep, I'm just some dude on Facebook
Right.
you reached out to. You chose
Well,
us.
and I was trying to ease her mind with pictures that we were taking through the day.
Yeah.
Because she had what in the very beginning, right when we started shooting Sandy outside. She's like, "Hey, how's it going? Is everything going okay?" And I said, "Yeah, we just started. Here's a couple pictures we've already taken." And to kind of be like, "Oh fuck, these guys aren't creeper dudes trying to lure women into their homes." You know what I mean? Layer into
It's
the
our-
layer.
Into our layer. Yeah.
I don't have a
creepy dude-
layer.
No, we don't. Creepy dudes have
Oh.
layers. Or vans. Layers and vans.
Onions have layers.
Calm down, Shrek. Oh man. I don't know. It was a good time.
Yeah,
Like it
what-
was really cool.
How did it feel to model then? I think you touched on it a little bit, but how did it feel for us to slam you into the calendar all of a sudden?
Whoa.
It was good. I'm not gonna lie. Like because I've done photo shoots before. I've done like female empowerment photo shoots. So I've been like, I've seen everybody. I've dressed people because I do like the fashion shows and stuff like that. But like being on there, it was. I froze at first because I was like, okay, you think you know how you like. You think you know what you look like, sexy in your mind, but then when a camera comes up, it's just like, oh my gosh, what's my name?
What's my face doing?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Spies.
I think you and your husband are gonna enjoy the photos.
Huh?
I said I think you and your husband are gonna enjoy the photos.
You know, I'm excited to look at myself. I'm not gonna lie. For one thing, but like having somebody actually captures, like, in my opinion, when people were not trying and when they were being themselves, like they felt silly when I was like, throw your head back and go, no, they felt silly at first, but then they started laughing because it was actually like, oh my god, I'm having fun. Those were the pictures like that were absolutely stunning to me when they were just being themselves.
We did hear that funny cackle throughout the whole thing.
I fucking loved that because she's like, throw your head back and like laugh, make yourself laugh. And every person that did it, they would start out with fake laughter, and by the time they got to the end of their long laugh, they were like really laughing because they felt like such dorks, right? But it did exactly what she wanted them to
Right.
do. It like broke down that barrier and kind of
Right.
made them have fun. It forced them into fun.
Agreed.
Agreed. Jesus, you're so
Doyle
tired.
is so tired right now.
Because the guys also feel like high energy, you know, like I'm glad that I'm the type of person who has enough energy to give off to people throughout the day. I have a lot of spoons to spare. But like hopping around, making them feel like, you know, almost like Austin Powers photo shoot set, where you're like, okay.
Yeah, baby.
Like, kind of silliness like that, people, they totally love it because it's like, you know, I can be myself. I can be silly too.
And I think that helps you forget that you're bearing yourself for the camera. You know what I mean? The comfortness sometimes takes the shield down, so you forget you're in bra, you forget you're wearing a thong or whatever you're wearing. You know,
I forget I'm wearing a thong all the time.
mostly because it's
Just
fucking jammed stuck up there. It's,
Part of you.
yeah, it's like 7 times too small.
It's so deep up there. Shut up on your ancestry report.
Wow.
Well, Doyle finally showed up, guys.
So I think the consensus is that we thought it was enough of a success to do it again.
And I think the idea is to, what I think a lot of the people were talking about is shooting a swimsuit calendar in the summer so that we have it ready to go next year.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I think 1 or 2 people said swimsuit. I was just aiming for summer. If we want to do swimsuit, I mean that's fine.
I know some people that
I
have like
zero-
full access to a pool, so we probably could make that happen.
Oh yeah, we do too. Our neighborhood pool we can rent out, can't we?
Is it outside?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh my god, we need big leaves and feathers so we can have some cabana boys so we can like shade somebody.
I will straight be a cabana boy in the photo shoot.
I can't hear. Is Mel?
She's
to
talking to
us?
the kids.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have cabana cats.
We do
You
have
do have a lot of
of
cabana
cats. I do have a lot of
Yes.
cabana cats.
But I think the one thing Doyle was saying, or I had mentioned it, maybe you thought it was a better idea to start a lot earlier, so
Yeah.
we don't
Yes.
lose the light.
We should honestly be starting like fairly close to sunrise, which is miserable sounding, but if you're gonna shoot 12, 13 people throughout the day, I mean, Anna was at the end of the day, when I felt bad towards the last 3 to 4 girls because they're just like the quality of photos isn't gonna be as good. It's
Just 'cause
it's
of
still
the
pretty
light.
good, but it's like the light's just terrible. and we were just running out of time too, so we had to like rush them a little bit.
Yeah. Usually the butt crack of dawn is like the best time because of the lighting and stuff.
Yes.
It just depends on the season. Like it's starting to get dark at like 4:15 here or something.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't get dark till like 9.
Well, we're idiots, and we didn't think about the idea until like 2 months ago. So it was something that we said, and then it kind of trickled into something serious. And so now that we know what we're doing, we can set a date for summer. We can set a, it can be a little.
We
even
can
though
start
even
earlier
though
in
I
the
think it
morning.
was smooth, it can be a little bit more smooth starting it earlier in the morning. If we decide to go do it on a pool or whatever, you know what I mean.
We've learned some lessons.
The thing is, then it becomes like the bikini calendar becomes like one shot because
Yeah.
you're just around a pool.
right?
Whereas
Well,
I
no,
like
you-
this one because you could choose this room or this corner or downstairs.
Well, I mean, you could set
or-
up different things for like
Right, you
a
could, I'm
pool
sure.
thing.
But I mean, I feel like hopefully we can sell some. It sounds like I know Albie's gonna buy one or two at least.
Yep.
I'm giving away a shit ton of them.
Albie's buying one for the wall and one for personal use.
Ooh, that's gross.
You know it's true.
I just like looking myself. Just kidding.
I don't know if that was a woo or a ew, so I'm gonna go with woo.
We're gonna go with
Do whatever you want with your calendars. Albie.
So why don't?
No.
So,
Oh, she said me too for her personal use.
okay then. So let's rate the photo shoot. Obviously not like the people, but like the experience itself. The same way that we rate our movies.
Well, for me, it's a thumbs up. I
Okay.
mean, it's the first time I've ever done it, and it was so fun for me. Once we started going, and once everybody kind of started like, all right, these guys aren't weird. They're not gonna rape me. There's nothing going on. It's really
It's
taking
really
a photo
just a photo
shoot.
shoot. Yeah.
The wheels started going. People were coming in and out. Photos were being thrown around. People were drinking champagne. Like it was
Champagne,
fucking fun.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's a 10.
A
Like,
10?
It's up there. Yeah.
10
I
out of
enjoyed
10.
the whole night.
Yes.
Wow. I think that's the first 10 out of 10 we've ever had on the show.
I don't think so.
No, I think so.
Right on that. But like you said, I maybe some small minor things that I've glitched, make it better. But honestly, that was such an amazing experience. I cannot 10-star it enough. Scratch and sniff sticker.
Scratch and sniff sticker. That's a new rating.
Yeah.
That's the best you
All
can.
right.
That is a high rating.
Hopefully
Scratch
it's
and
not
sniff
banana because I hate bananas.
sticker. All right. How about you? What would you give it?
It's 2 3/4 halves of 3 cheeses.
So
it's a high rating.
up
It's a high
there.
rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's thumbs up for sure. It was fun. Like I said, my only downside is tired. And in the future, I'm just gonna take that weekend off if we just know a little more in advance.
Yeah.
And like I said, the few little things we just learned make those better. But
Right.
besides that, it was fun. It was a good time.
Goddamn cats keep moving the camera.
Gabriel.
I give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna give it like an 8.9 out of 10 just because I didn't get to be there for the whole time. My drawback was that I didn't get to help as much as I would have liked to, but I had a blast and I ended up having fun with the kids too. So there's that. It
Biased.
was good. It was a good time, man.
Taught yourselves.
So, if you are listening to the show, of course, we want you to keep an eye out on our website, www.totlb.com.
You will buy a calendar.
You will buy a calendar, and if you don't buy a calendar, I'll do what Jay and Silent Bob do and show up at your house and be like, "Are you that sloppy bitch that didn't buy our calendar?" and then kick your ass.
Sexist son of a
John
bitch.
Rink was liking a lot of stuff. He said the outfits were looking good. He might buy a calendar.
He probably will. I bet we can get quite a few of them sold. I bet we can sell tens and tens of them.
Yes.
We're giving one to Doyle and all the Patreon supporters. We already said we're getting one. It sounds like we're giving them to all of the models. So Anna will get a calendar and everybody else.
And we'll probably try to figure out because I know some of them do. I know Anna does her events where she sells stuff and goes to little craft fairs and stuff. So we can probably with the models figure out some way of getting them to them at cost so they can sell them at their events and
If
stuff
we
like that.
ever talk to John again, maybe he'll sell.
Yeah, maybe.
We won't get the money, but we'll sell.
The only problem I see is that we have probably we probably have a 6 to 7 week window.
Yeah.
So I have to get it up on the website soon And then probably only 2 or 3 weeks into January, my guess is that they're going to be viable. Because once you get into February and March, I
Yeah.
don't think people are really looking for
But we can
calendars.
still leave
It's
them.
going to be up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the link down, but I think the prime time is now.
Is now.
We need to get the
the
word
prime time
out.
is probably in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get the word out. That's what we need to talk about for the next month.
Yeah, and we'll get it done, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Any last words,
We can
Anna?
do a February to February calendar. Be totally off
She's
book.
talking to Bowser. Say hi to
I
Bowser.
really, really.
Oh my God, Jesus!
I love your face, my pony.
That's spooky. That wasn't even me.
She's on the phone. She can hear you. Christ.
You know,
She
I
loves.
can see you.
She loves her spooky.
I love my spooky. Anyway, but I had a blast. You know, like there's a difference between the ones that I do and the ones you guys do. But it was not only professional. I felt like I was safer than a freaking bunny. You know, but not a doubt in my mind. I would do this again in a heartbeat. Like 10 out of 10. Scratch and sniff sticker.
Scratch and
Get
sniff
some.
sticker. I'm gonna start using scratch and sniff sticker.
You can't even
I
say it.
can't
You're not
say
going
it.
to use it.
Well, find us on our website www.totlb.com. With that said, I've been Gabe.
I'm Doyle.
I'm Juan.
Tim's still not here.
I'm me? Is that what you said?
No,
Oh,
I said hi
she
to
said,
you.
"Hi,
Anna.
mate."
I'm Anna.
Oh.
This has been episode 161 of Thinking Outside the Long Box. We'll see you soon. Bye.
All right, Anna. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course, thank you guys.
We're Joe.
As always, it's Marvel.
We're
I'm
think.
watching this now.
Are we? Oh, we're on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, where the fuck are you watching us?
She's outside.
With that said, by Twitch and YouTube, find us at
Thanks, Anna. We'll see you later. If you feel like talking,
www.facebook.com/thinking
hit
outside
us
the
up
long
on
box.
Facebook.
We will see you guys on Facebook
Bye.
Live right now.
Will you just do it there? So
Yeah.
that-